Good morning. Okay. You guys can see things okay. Hi, Instagram. Hi, Facebook. You guys, it has been a morning. And I'm really just now catching up on this coffee. Hey, Caitlin. So this morning I'm gonna focus on a shoulder flow. I feel like, I don't know, my shoulders were pretty wrecked after a few of those workouts this week. And just in general, I think I'm like, especially like taking care of Callie or working on the computer and stuff, I'm feeling a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders and upper back and stuff. So I thought maybe I would take today's live maintenance to work through some of that. I have a yoga block. You can, if you have a yoga block, great, have it handy, it might be helpful. If you have like a towel or a blanket or something, you could also roll that up or fold that up as a prop sometimes. If you don't have any props, that's also okay. But it's helpful to have those two, or at least one of those things handy. First time joining. Oh, cool. Welcome. I'm Carolina. If we haven't met yet, this is my house. This is actually my dining room. We just moved the dining table out of the way because this is where we get the most space and good light. But me and my husband, Coach Jeb, we put together the maintenance library that is on the Street Parking Members Only website. We started that library like a really long time ago now, over a year ago, like a year and a half ago, I guess. Anyway, so there's videos on there that are designed to help you just work on some mobility, some stretching, some stress relief, some balance, and I hope you guys enjoy them. We are always working on updating them, and we love your feedback. So please feel free to send that over to either of us or Street Parking anytime. And just know that we have ideas and plans to make them better always. So we will always try to keep working on that. This live maintenance session is a shoulder flow. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm not gonna play music today because I think the music is a little sometimes distracting. If I'm playing it through my phone, I would totally recommend putting on a little bit of music right now. I have some playlists on my Spotify account. My Spotify name is Carolina Phipps Stone. Feel free to pull those up. The yin ones are always really nice. Okay, cool. I'm basically just trying to like buy myself a little more time to have more coffee because I need it. Enough's enough. Okay, let's do this. You are going to start lying on your back with your legs straight and your arms down by your side. And take your arms a little bit further away from your body so that you can slide each one of your shoulder blades underneath you down your back. I'm gonna take this ponytail out. And adjust your chin, adjust your head so the back of your neck is nice and long. And just scan your body from your toes up your legs. Notice any differences between the right leg and the left leg. Scan around your hips and your pelvis. And you're just scanning for how you're feeling this morning. What's going on in your body? How are you doing? How's your lower belly feeling and your lower back? How are those ribs and lungs? Are you holding tension? Do you feel strong? Do you feel anxious? Work your way up through the collarbones and down each one of your arms. And it's just like, you know, having a conversation with your body. You're checking in and you're also listening, mostly listening. Try to relax your hands and even the tips of your fingers. Relax the back of your throat and your jaw, your cheeks.
Okay, I found a few profiles from this account. If you hear your name, just say yes. Is
My
this Jen?
Alexa is talking to me. Relax the back of your head, your eyes.
What's your name?
Alexa, stop. I'm so sorry, guys. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Great. So bring your legs together and then start to walk both of your feet over towards the left side. And then you're going to start to take your arms up and over your head and walk your shoulders and your head and your arms over towards the left side. So you're making a big banana shape with your body, or a crescent moon shape. And you might want to hook on to your fingers or your wrists. And right now we're just trying to create some space, some length down the right side of your body. So it doesn't have to be a really big side bend. See if maybe you can try breathing a little bit deeper. If you want, you can cross one ankle over the other, it doesn't matter which one. And just take about 3 or 4 really slow, big, deep breaths. Stretch out the right side. You can put your head in whatever position feels good. Bend your elbows a lot if you need to. Even bring one arm down if you need to. Okay, start to make your way back through center and switch sides. Legs over to the right, shoulders, arms to the right. And notice if this side feels a little bit different, if the range of motion is bigger, smaller. If you feel any pinching or any tingling or numbness, it's too much, back off or ease out of the stretch just a little bit. You should be able to breathe comfortably through the full movement. Okay, make your way back to center. You pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze, take a big inhale, squeeze as you exhale. Roll yourself over to one side and then make your way into a tabletop position so that you're on your hands and knees. Let's take a couple of cat-cows. Drop your belly, lift your chin, lift your tailbone up, take a nice deep breath in. Tuck your chin around your spine, drop your head, deep breath out. A few more like that. Breathe in, open up through the front of your chest and throat. Breathe out, really push the ground away and spread those shoulders apart. 2 more, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Keep going. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now come back to a neutral spine, a flat back in your tabletop position. And reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, reach your right arm under and through your left armpit. We're gonna flow through this a few times. So reach your right arm up nice and high, breathe in. And then thread it under and through, breathe out. One more time, deep breath in. And a deep breath out, reach as far as you can through that right hand. And then inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, right hand down, back to a tabletop position. Left arm goes up. Inhale. And reach it underneath the right arm. Exhale. Inhale, reach up nice and high, maybe a little higher. Exhale, reach it through. One more time, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale to a neutral spine. And then exhale, sit back to a child's pose. Keep your arms out in front of you and just relax. If it's uncomfortable for you to rest your belly or your head down on your thighs, you can take your legs a little bit wider. You can even put a block or the blanket underneath your chest. And then rest your head down. Try to drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And put a bend in your elbows so that you can relax around the neck and shoulders a bit. And keep your hips back and start to walk your fingertips over towards the left side. So it's another big deep side bend. And you can reach through one arm or both. You can turn one ear to the ground or just keep your forehead down. And take a couple of deep breaths into the right side of your body. And switch sides, walk through center and over to the right. Make your way back to center. Pull yourself back to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Take an inhale. And press back to a downward dog as you exhale. And you can pedal your feet a little bit. And stretch out the back of your legs. Put a little bend in your knees. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, try to press your chest a little closer to your thighs. Again, breathe in, knees are bent. Breathe out, chest towards the thighs, shoulders away from the ears. One more time, big breath in. Big breath out, push through your hands, open up the chest. And then lower your knees down, untuck your toes, and sit back onto your heels. If it's uncomfortable for you to sit on your heels, no problem. You can uncross your feet. You can even sit up onto a chair. Find a way to just sit tall and comfortably for you. Arms down by your side. Shoulders down. Relax your neck, your throat, your jaw. And slowly start to drop your chin towards your chest. Now resist like pushing your forehead towards your chest or pulling your chin down. Just let the weight of gravity do a little bit of work here for you. And your breath, deep breaths. 'Cause. 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 Notice if you find yourself holding some tension in your belly. See if you can relax and breathe down into your belly. Relax your wrists, relax your palms. And start to allow your chin to slowly roll towards the left side. And through center towards the right. But you're moving really slowly so that you can feel and breathe into, you're gonna go back and forth left to right. Breathe into those different places through your neck that need some relief, some length, some attention. And then just like you started, you can keep having that conversation with your body, checking in and listening. And you can make the range of motion here a little bit bigger so that your ear starts to go towards your shoulder. And take 2 or 3 more slow rolls, side to side, pausing where you need to. And eventually make your way back to center and lift your chin back to neutral. Okay, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And you're gonna take the front or the bottom, like your thumb, the meaty part of your palm of your thumb, just underneath the right collarbone. And you're gonna take that part of your palm and gently press down underneath the collarbone. So it should feel, you can relax the other hand, I'm just pulling down so you can see. So you should feel a little stretch through the front of your neck, maybe the front of your throat, or your jaw. It helps if you let your lips part just a little bit to release the jaw. Gently pull down. It's almost like you're kneading some dough, little pizza dough. And release and switch sides. So the palm, that meaty part of your thumb, underneath your left collarbone. That left shoulder should be totally relaxed. Just drop the arm, let it go really heavy. And gently press down. Keep breathing. And you can move that hand around just a little bit, feel it out. Massage the dough. All right, relax, come back up to center. You're gonna start to lift your chin up towards the ceiling, take a deep breath in. And then bring your chin back to neutral, deep breath out. So there's a little bit of movement through the upper back as you do this. It's almost like that cat-cow position or movement through your spine. So you're gonna pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, lift your chin, breathe in. And then we're gonna expand that range of motion, tuck the chin around the spine and breathe out like a seated cat-cow. Again, inhale, pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, lift your chin. And then exhale, round the back, drop your head. One more time, and really work to stretch through the front of your neck and your throat. And the deep breath out, drop the forehead down. And come back to neutral. All right, make your way back into a tabletop position. And press forward, lower yourself down, all the way down to the ground. Take your left arm out to the left side and turn your left ear down to the ground. Right hand is by the right rib cage, and you're gonna start to roll and press towards your left hip. So some of you guys might be able to come all the way onto your side and then bend the right knee and step the right foot behind you. Some of you might want to keep both knees bent and stay a little bit more curled up with your chest towards the ground. Find a position that's going to allow you to open up through the front of your left shoulder. So start with that wrist in line with your shoulder and elbow, but then you can play with the angle of that left arm. So take it higher or lower depending on how that feels for you. And some of you might prefer bending your elbow so that it's at a 90-degree angle and then rolling to your side with your elbow bent. So play around with a couple of different versions and find the version that's going to work for you. And stay, and you're going to hold that for about another 90 seconds. I'm just going to check out the video and make sure there aren't any questions. Cool. Try to breathe through the front of the left shoulder as you're doing it. And again, if you feel any pinching or numbness or tingling or anything like that, it's too much, back off or come out of the stretch as much as you need to. Okay, good. If you need to stay in this a little bit longer, please feel free. In no rush at all. When you're ready, you're going to make your way back to center, and you're just going to lie with your arms down by your side and turn your right ear down to the ground. Let those shoulders spill forward and just let the arms soften. And try to breathe deep breaths into the back side of your body, so much so that maybe you can feel the rise and fall of your lower back away from the ground. And keep your right ear on the ground and slide your chin a little closer to your left shoulder. You might feel a little bit more of a stretch through the right side of your neck. It's okay if you don't. Just take a couple more breaths. Okay, we're gonna do the second side. So bring your left hand by your left rib cage, elbow pointing up, right arm to the right side, and then slowly start to press yourself onto your right side as far as is comfortable for you. So you might stay a little bit more angled towards the ground. You might bend your left knee and push it on the ground behind you. You can bend both knees and curl up in a little fetal position here. And then play with the direction of the right arm or the height, taking it higher or lower. Maybe you bend the elbow. But we're looking to open through the front of the right shoulder. If you've been doing a lot of push-ups this week, or bench pressing, or shoulder tapping, or overhead pressing, or renegade rowing or devil pressing or burpees. Or sitting over a computer or taking care of a small child. You might have some tension through the front of the chest and the shoulders. Try to use this time to breathe into it and let it go. You have just a little bit longer on this side. Notice if as you're opening and stretching through the front of the right side, if you're now gripping somewhere else in your body, like your fingertips in your left hand, or your jaw, your lips. Try to soften your whole body. Okay. Slowly, slowly. When you're ready, there's no rush. Stay longer if you need to. Make your way back to center. This time, left ear to the ground. Look to the right. Arms down by your side. Palms face up. Let those lips part and just take a few big breaths so that your lower back expands and rises up against or away from the floor. Someone's saying, my body's so tight on my left side. Yeah, so like most of us have some imbalances or compensations that'll lead to one side feeling tighter than the other. And it's so good that you're paying attention to that you notice it. Maybe that's the side that, you hold your backpack on or your kid on, or maybe there was an injury down the road on the right side of your body and the left side has been picking up the slack for a while. Who knows, but it's good to take some time now and check in. Okay, so you're still lying on your belly, left ear to the ground. Try dropping your chin a little closer to your shoulder and see if maybe you can get a little bit of a deeper stretch through the left side of your neck. Bring your chin back down to the ground. Bring your hands by your ribs and zip your legs together and point your toes. Try to press the tops of your feet, like where your shoelaces would be, down into the ground. And take an inhale and just using the strength of your upper back, lift your chest away from the ground. So you can even float your hands away from the ground here to make sure it's just your back rather than pushing away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do a couple more of those. Inhale, peel your chest up. Exhale, lower down. Keep looking down past your nose. Inhale, lift up so the back of your neck stays long. Exhale and lower. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Push back through your knees into a child's pose again. This time you're going to keep your elbows down and your elbows about shoulder width apart. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, and release the index finger. And start to reach your fingers, your knuckles back behind you, and reach, shift, inch your elbows away from your knees. So hopefully you're feeling a pull through your triceps. You might feel a big stretch around the entire side of your body or around your shoulders. That's totally fine. You can stay like this, that might be plenty. You can also lift yourself up so that you're a little bit more elevated. Your hips are over your knees and your knuckles still reach back behind you. You can try melting your chest towards the ground. If you're close to like a bench or a small box or something, you could put your elbows on the bench or the chair and then let your chest melt through. We're just trying to open up through the shoulders, through the chest. A little stretch out for the triceps as well. Hold there, try to breathe. If it's uncomfortable to keep the hands interlaced, you can release the palms so that they're a little bit more flat across your lower back or your upper back, sorry. All right, slowly release your hands and press yourself up to tabletop again. And step your left foot outside of your left hand. And then reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Try to lower your left elbow to touch the ground just inside your left ankle. It's probably a pretty big stretch, that's okay. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, left elbow towards the ground or the forearm down. Just go as far as you're comfortable. One more time, deep breath in, reach up. Deep breath out, lower it down. You're gonna stay down, drop your head, drop your neck. Take another deep inhale. Out your mouth, a big exhale. Press back up to your palm and step back to the tabletop. Switch your sides. Right foot to the front. Reach the right arm up, inhale. Right elbow down. Right arm up, inhale. And lower down, exhale. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out low, stay low. Drop your head, your neck, your shoulders. Breathe in. Out your mouth. Press up to your palms and step back to a tabletop. Tuck your toes, take an inhale. Push back to downward dog as you exhale. Hang out in your down dog, pedal your feet just a bit. Take a couple of deep breaths. And take an inhale, bend your knees, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, walk your hands and feet towards the middle of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway to a flat back. Exhale and fold down, drop your head. Again, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, stand, stretch, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, cactus your arms, elbows pull back, lift your chest, lift your chin. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lift your chin, elbows pull back, open up through the chest. One more time, inhale, reach up, you can look forward. And then exhale, look up, pull back and down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. And we're just gonna hang out in this forward fold for a bit. So put a bend in your knees as much as you need to so that it relaxes the low back and the hamstrings. Grab for opposite elbows and let your head hang. I'm just looking to create a little bit of traction up and down your spine. So bend the knees, bend the elbows, let your head drop, and allow the weight of your head to gently pull down on your spine and create some length, some space there. That's okay. Somebody sent the laughing emoji. That's totally fine. It can be very funny. So yeah, just hang out, forward fold. You can rock side to side. You can nod your head, yes or no. It helps to flutter your lips, to stretch out your jaw and stick out your tongue. A couple more deep breaths. And then drop your hands, deepen the bend in your knees, and sit back into child's pose. This time you can keep your arms in front of you or bring your arms down by your side. Take a couple more slow breaths. I just remembered that I think Stacy Dalton is watching today, which is awesome because I know it's her second week. I just want to give you a shout out. Hey sister. Also just checking in to make sure you're still awake. All right, from your child's pose, you're gonna press yourself back up to a tabletop position. All right, reach your right arm towards the right side, take an inhale. And as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left armpit and lay your right shoulder down on the ground. Lay your right ear down on the ground. We're gonna stay here this time. So we're looking to create a nice big stretch through the back of your right shoulder. You might feel it down your neck as well. You can keep your hips up high, like over your knees, like I have them right now, or drop your hips back towards your heels. You can keep your left hand by your side and use it as a little bit of leverage here if you want. You don't need to like really push to create a big deep stretch here. Try to just relax and breathe into it. For those of you guys that are a little bit more flexible or have bigger range of motion here, you could extend your legs back behind you, lay on your belly, and then turn your forehead down to the ground. That might feel better on the outside of your shoulder. One more modification, and then I promise I'll just shut up and leave you to it, would be to add a hamstring stretch. So from this position here, you're gonna take your left foot to the left side. And try to get the outer edge of your left foot down on the ground. Then your right hand is going to clasp the outside of your left ankle. And you're gonna gently pull your right shoulder through. There shouldn't be any pain, no pinching, no pulling. No numbness or tingling. Wherever you're at, hold and breathe. Some of you guys might want to turn your forehead down to the ground. Wherever you're at, you have about a little bit less than a minute. And stay with it. Breathe. Stretching is not easy first time joining. Awesome, welcome. No, it's not easy, and it's not super like exciting. So it's easy to ignore it, and I appreciate you trying. And feel free to like take a break whenever you want. Okay. Slowly make your way back to center and we're going to switch sides. So left arm towards the left side, left arm underneath the right armpit, lay your ear and your shoulder down, hang out there, that might be good. Breathe. Or sit your hips back, or lay your belly down and extend your legs out. And then finally, the version where you're adding a little bit more of a stretch. You step your right foot to the right side, left hand around the outer right calf or ankle, and gently pull through. And if you're like, well, I feel like I can kind of do all of them, just pick one where you can breathe. I would say it's less about like what the pose or the shape looks like and more how you're able to breathe and how you're able to connect to your breathing. You guys are doing awesome. Stay with it. Okay. When you're ready, no rush, back to center. Back to tabletop. And drop your belly, lift your chin, just a few more cat-cows. Inhale. Tuck your chin, round it out, exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. Long exhale, follow that breath all the way past empty. Come back to a neutral spine and sit back onto your heels. Have a seat, and I'm going to show you this last pose. It will require some type of prop if you're going to try it. So I'm going to use the blanket or the towel because I think more people have this than a yoga block. So you're going to roll up your blanket so that it's about, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 inches wide in diameter. And roll it up so that it's towards the top third of your yoga mat or your space, whatever you're working with. And you're going to sit about a foot or so away from the blanket. Slowly lean back to lay yourself down on the blanket so that it's laying across your upper back. Like we want it laying right where your bra strap line would be if you're wearing one, or right underneath your shoulder blades. And if it feels weird for the blanket or the yoga block, because you could use that as well, to be lying widthwise, you could lay it lengthwise so that it goes up and down the length of your spine, but we want to focus it on the upper back. You can keep your knees bent or straighten your legs. You could do feet together, knees wide. You can take your arms out wide or up over your head, or even just keep your arms down by your side or on your belly. We're looking to create a nice opening across the front of your chest. And to create a little bit of a stretch right underneath your ribs. And so go ahead and find a version of that that feels manageable for you. If you have questions, I'm here. Awesome, Kobe. And we're going to hold this for about another minute or so. So there's a muscle underneath the ribs, your diaphragm, and that is probably the muscle that we use the most. You use it with every breath, and it can get tight and stuck just like your hamstrings do. And so imagine using this stretch and your breath to gently release the diaphragm from underneath your ribs, and hopefully take some really deep breaths. And tune into how those deep breaths make your body feel. You can go back to that conversation you were having with your body and use your breath to communicate. You're welcome to stay with that longer if you need to. You're welcome to just stay there. And when you're ready, and no rush at all, and just roll yourself gently to one side so that you can move the blanket or the block away from you, and just pause on your side in a little fetal position. And start to peel yourself up, push up and away from the ground. And make your way into a seated position. Sit up tall, drop the shoulders. I know this stuff isn't always easy or fun, but hopefully your body will thank you with a little bit of less tension throughout the rest of your day. So take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Thank you guys for showing up here. It's always an honor. And I hope that you have the best day ever. I'll stick around for just a couple minutes and answer any questions if you have them. Oh, awesome. Mrs. GCB, I think. Nice, Jay Holmes. All right, guys. Doesn't look like there's any questions. Oh, I missed the first part. Is this going to be saved? Oh, yeah, these are always saved. They're saved on Instagram and the HGTV videos, and they're saved on the Facebook group. You can just search live maintenance. Also, this sequence in particular is really similar to the one that's on the website in the maintenance library called Shoulder Flow. It's a combination of the shoulder flow and the chest opener sequence that are on members only. Cool. Thank you, Janine. All right. Bye, you guys. Thank you, Juan.